Afternoon, beer fans. So, welcome to Three Random Beers with Zane. So trying out a new spot today. To be honest, I kind of like the closet, Feel like nice and secure in there, but obviously, natural lighting is probably a little better. Anyways, so I actually have three beers I've never had today. I'm kind of excited about that. Let's see. So, this one, never even heard of it. Stillwater Artisanal Shoegaze. Um, yeah, I guess the name of it is Shoegaze. So I just thought the bottle was really neat. So that's the only reason I picked it out. I don't even know what type it is, actually. I already said. It's a farmhouse pale ale. Sounds good to me. Next one. This one is actually kind of expensive. So it's only 12 ounces, but I'm kind of embarrassed to say this actually. So I hope you guys appreciate this, but it was $14 just for a 12-ounce beer. Yeah, I know. It's pretty dumb, but I really wanted to try it. So it's a wild ale brewed with sour cherries, and it's aged in oak barrels. I think it said for like 4 to 8 months, so that's pretty neat. It sounds good. I know Firestone, they're a really good brewery, so I'm not too worried about the quality. Speaking of quality, so Budweiser, right? I mean, everyone's had Budweiser, but this is the new special, like 1933 repeal recipe, which is basically right after Prohibition ended. They came out with this recipe, and it's the same recipe in the same bottle. Obviously, it's not from 1933, but same recipe. So, kind of eager to try this. My brother kind of asked me to try that out, so we'll see if it's any good. I don't know, I'm not a huge Bud fan, but for the sake of the reviews, why not? So let's get started. Kind of want to try the Farmhouse Pale Ale first. Stillwater is a neat can. Using my Alaskan salmon bake glass. It's kind of random, I know. Don't ask me what that noise is in the background. Honestly, it's pretty frustrating. I have no idea what it is. I always thought it was like the people below me, their bed shaking or something, but it must be like dishwasher or washing machine. It smells pretty funky, to be honest. I love the color though. It's kind of like a murky, but still kind of a bright yellow. It smells kind of like tart and tangy, pretty acidic. Oh wow, that's not bad. Yeah, so I'm guessing it's like wild yeast and wild hops sort of thing, but that's not bad. It's not bad. It's not a beer I'd want to have more than one of. It's kind of just like a special every once in a while beer. See if I can find the percentage. So it's 6%. It's pretty typical for a pale ale. Yeah, definitely not bad. I'll have to consider what I'm gonna rate that. But definitely, it's like normal pale ale. It's like an IPA but lighter. Very drinkable, pretty well balanced. But that one, it's not really super hoppy. It's kind of like a Belgian beer or like a saison, and a IPA had a baby, and it's a little slow. It's okay. The more I drink, the aftertaste. It's kind of not really growing on me. So, anyways, I love this bottle. Creaky Bones, what it's called. And clearly, it's corked. So, hope I don't break anything in here. keys. Come on. Yeah, I can definitely smell the cherries right away. You didn't see that. Nothing to see here. A little bit too much head on that one. That's all right. It's right away. You can see it's pretty effervescent. It's got a nice head to it. Beautiful color, especially when you put it to light. It's kind of like a reddish orange, but really bright. So I'm not sure if you guys have ever had sours or if you like sours, but I'm trying to think of the best way to explain it. Kind of like wine, but maybe not as, I don't know, tannic, but definitely more tart. Yeah. So if you like kind of like tart cherries almost, then you'll probably like this. I'm a huge sour fan, personally. It's very tart. It's really the only way to describe it. It's phenomenal. I love that. But I'm also biased because I'm a huge sour fan. So I don't know. So yeah, it's neat. They even list the different types of yeast that they use in it. I'm not going to get that in depth because honestly I'm not an expert on yeast in beers. But it's neat. It's got the date it was bottled on, sometime in 2016, about a year ago. The batch number and then the number of cases. So it's pretty limited. Just right off the bat, tasting it, I would say, if you see it and you're willing to kind of overpay for a beer, I would absolutely recommend this one. I can already tell you that. Oh, that's good. Yeah, I like that a lot. I could drink that all day. Oh, I finally need my keys. For the Budweiser. Honestly, not looking forward to that because I've got a pretty good taste in my mouth right now, and this is gonna straight up ruin it. I don't know, could be wrong. We'll see. It is a neat bottle, I'll give you that. I really like that. It's gonna be a little difficult to pour. Looks a good bit darker than maybe your average Budweiser. It's a little bottle, so obviously it doesn't fill up that all the way. 6.1%, so it's also a little bit more alcoholic than your average Budweiser, I believe. I'm not crazy about the smell. I don't know. Yeah, not crazy. I don't know. To me, it smells like, I don't know, like just old dirty laundry, basically. Yeah. Yeah, pretty appetizing, I know. Maybe some sort of old cheese. I don't know. Not painting a good picture, but we'll see. Wow. All right. Wow, I feel dumb. That is actually not bad. That's pretty surprising. I always look down on Budweiser and all these, breweries that don't make, well, craft beer, but a bit of a snob. This really is not bad. After you taste it, it doesn't smell as bad. Like, you kind of got to take both in at the same time. Yeah, honestly, that might be something I might order at a bar. which is shocking. I know. Never thought I would order a Budweiser, but I'm pretty sure this is just a limited time thing. So if this does sound interesting to you, especially if you're a Budweiser fan, yeah, definitely try it. I'm sure you'd love it even more than I do. But yeah, it's just a regular amber lager, but it's the recipe right after Prohibition ended. So pretty little neat piece of history too. You'd probably save the bottle, be a neat collector's item. That's not bad, yeah. All right, well, that was surprising. Um, Shoot, time to rate these. Out of all of them, cherry one, absolutely my favorite. But again, I'm a big fan of sours. I've had quite a few sours. It's really kind of catching on. It's like the trendy hipster thing to do sour ales. I know all my friends back home in North Carolina, they've got a sour brewery, and I think it's a Wicked Weed. It's like a Funkatorium, where it's just all barrel-aged sours in Asheville. Can't find a whole lot wrong with that. Really crisp. Just, again, tastes like just tart cherries. Excellent. I guess if I had to judge it, I would give it, this is pretty high, 9.2, which I'm not sure if that's the highest I've given yet, but it's up there. It's definitely up there. I even forget what this one is. Oh yeah, the Stillwater, the neat can. Again, put that up here so you guys can see it. Pretty neat. Kind of reminds you like the 80s or the 90s, I guess. Yeah, I guess more like the 90s. I don't know, I was just a kid. It smells decent. After having the other two, it's probably my least favorite, which is not bad because they were all decent. I could, see myself drinking all of them again. Haven't had a lot of farmhouse pale ales. I've had a lot of pale ales, so I'm going to judge it compared to pale ales. And maybe 7.4, which it's not great, but it's not bad either. It's respectable, Yeah, it's pretty good. Maybe the more I drink it, the more I'll like it. Especially a lot of beers. I'm sure you guys know this, but as they warm, their flavor changes and they become more or less complex. Especially a lot of stouts. If you kind of let them warm up a little bit, their whole flavor palette completely changes. Sometimes for the better, sometimes for the worse. It just depends on the beer, really. I don't know if that's one that's going to start getting better, though. So the Budweiser, obviously you guys remember the can, neat little stubby one. So I'm grading this against other lagers, right? I'm not a huge lager fan, never have been. I might after this one, it's not bad. If you're going to a baseball game, you're out in the heat, somewhere outdoors, lagers, yeah, totally the way to go. No issues there at all. But if I'm going out for the night, might try something, unique that I can't get everywhere. That's good. It's smooth, creamy. It's got a lot of flavor. Kind of reminds me of an Oktoberfest in that it's a little bit sweeter, but not near as heavy and sweet as an Oktoberfest. It's not super effervescent, the taste. It really goes down pretty easy. It's a good beer, completely objectively. Grading lagers, you guys are going to hate me, but this is against other lagers, okay? Which probably my favorite now would be the Summerfest from Sierra Nevada. I would give that one probably a 9. This is a new favorite. 9.4. Yeah.
Wow.
I know, crazy, but I like it a lot. Surprising. So there you have it. If you guys want me to review any beers that you've never had, or just some of your favorite beers, feel free to say so in the comments. So I'll buy them and I'll drink them. You know, I'm gonna drink them anyways, so might as well tell you guys what I think. So that's all for today. Thanks, and don't forget to adopt my cat Moose.